Hey, it's Doug, one of the brothers of bargains from ridetime.ca. I'm going to talk to you about the semiconductor chip shortage, the Canadian US dollar exchange rate, and Manitoba's COVID opening plans and how that affects you if you're looking to buy a vehicle. The first thing we're going to talk about is the microchip semiconductor shortage. Basically, to dumb it down, cars use microchips now, whether it's in your key fobs or your screens. So do consumer electronics. Last year when COVID hit, all the factories around the world closed down. The semiconductor microchip plants all closed down. There was a huge increase in demand in not only consumer electronics, but also vehicles. After that first opening up, everyone rushing out to buy a car, and they burned through the supply pretty quickly. So fast forward to today, there's a huge shortage of new vehicles. When there's a shortage of new vehicles, you're missing out on those sales, obviously. So those people that need to buy cars don't buy new, they end up buying used. That puts a vacuum on used. Also, used cars are created as trade-ins when people buy new cars. So with less new car sales, less trade-ins coming in, less cars in general. So right now, what had happened earlier in the year, the US opened their economy quite a bit earlier than ours. We're finally starting to open up, and in number 3, I'll get to what's happening here in Manitoba, but they have seen record sales of vehicles with record low inventory levels. That causes the US buyers to come up here into Canada and purchase our cars, and that's what I'll move on to the second point, is the US-Canadian exchange rate. When the gap between our two countries, our currencies get large, and right now the US dollar is worth quite a bit more than the Canadian dollar, all the US buyers come up to Canada, buy our inventory, and suck them back down to the US. So in Canada, we're dealing with a shortage of new cars, which is causing a shortage of used car trade-ins. And to go to the third thing that I was going to talk to you about is Manitoba's COVID reopening plans. Over the last 2 weeks since we've come, we've gone into red, and now we're into orange, and hopefully I think the next one's going to be yellow. But as the capacity limits open up, we're finding more and more consumers are coming out. And guess what? Since we went into red on November 2nd, there have been consumers who have prolonged and delayed the purchase of a new vehicle every month. And now things are finally opening up. We're already seeing it. We're burning through our inventory super quick, and it's very, very difficult to go out there and replace them because there is no cars left, really. So if you wait just another month or so, and you're going to end up probably paying more for the vehicle that you could have bought this month, because supply and demand, it's going to cause the prices to go up. All these things are causing a great deal of stress for buyers. It's no different than what's going on in the housing market. If you look in Winnipeg here, the supply is super low. What happens? Prices rise. So if you're in the market to buy a vehicle, you can reach out to us today, 204-272-6161. You can check out our website at ridetime.ca. Remember, at Ridetime, we are your ticket to ride.